I got requested to beat Ghost in an extra painful way that involves only broken armor, all new game plus curse charms, hard plus difficulty, no ghost weapons or bow, no stealth, no resolve powers, the level 1 sword, and only moon stance. This is not that challenge. This is the precursor to that challenge, as in order to unlock the new game plus curse charms while maintaining level 1 sword, I would need to play a new game plus playthrough to get the charms in the first place, and since I had just beaten Ghost with a level 1 sword in my piercing only challenge, that gives me what I need there. That requested challenge has a ton going on, but this one is as simple as the title. No blocking or dodging. Which, yes, I do count parrying as a block, and rolling is clearly a form of dodging, so no to those as well. It's pretty straightforward, but still plenty of pain to be had with my 0 defense on lethal plus difficulty. Let's get right to it to see just how much pain Jen can face tank. The best way to ensure you don't have to worry about being hurt is to ensure you're never seen until it's too late. But that idea only works if the enemies don't just ignore your assassination attempt and stab you instead. Ow! Trying my hand at proper combat against a few bandits proves why stealth is so vital. Overwhelming aggression only works if I had a sword that wouldn't struggle to cut butter, like I do now. Ghost weapons can make a big difference in these fights, but they only work if I actually remember to use them. My blade may be pathetically dull, but it can still break the enemy's block, keeping them stunned, and combined with rapid bow use and the help of the sensei, I can claim my first real combat victory over these invaders. Long as I ensure all the enemy archers are dead before I leave cover, that is. Then using lots of stealth, archery, and the overpowered ghost stance to cut my way through a Mongol-controlled dojo, I can ready myself for my first duel. I decide going with my samurai armor and charms focused on damage resistance is the way to go, as I lack any charms that would help speed up how fast I can kill. The rapid back-to-back 8 deaths, though, would suggest my strategy is not the best one. Damage resistance doesn't matter much if one strike can kill me still, or even if it doesn't, it will keep me from running away as a follow-up strike finishes the job. Obviously, my only hope is to keep the distance between us by sprinting around the tiny arena and trying to smash through the warlord's defense with water stance's block-breaking strikes. However fast the strikes are, they don't hit hard, and it doesn't take long for the warlord to catch on and not let me continue, leaving me open to a counterattack. I can't be aggressive, as all it takes is one parry to ensure death will take me. But if I go slow and take my time running away from the warlord, his short-term memory will forget my moves, allowing me to break through his block, and with damage resistance actually coming in clutch to ensure I'm alive with a sliver of health, I can whittle the warlord down and into the dirt. If I'm going to stand a better chance in future duels, I need to prepare now, and while I refuse to let it be my crutch, I better learn how to do the lightning-fast attack that is the Heavenly Strike. I don't have it already because it would have been against my piercing-only challenge. The first problem to pop up is being so used to knowing where to go that I make it to the camp I'm meant to be, kill everyone there, wonder where the usual archers are, and then realize I never got the woman who's supposed to guide me here to actually guide me here. And I have to go get her, come back here, kill the 2 tardy archers, and then proceed on. The second problem is taking out this sizable group of close together Mongols that love to kill me. But the answer to that is simple. Keep throwing wind chimes full of poison all over the place, and that will wipe them out. I personally believe that if they keep watching their allies die to poison wind chimes and then immediately go and do the same, mayhaps that's more on them than on me. What's definitely on me is all these deaths in my third and biggest problem, as I track down the killer who knows how to use Heavenly Strike so I can learn it by dueling him. The lightning fast attack that covers great distances in a blink of an eye would definitely be super beneficial to me, because it's certainly proving super beneficial to Koga. My running away tactic is only effective until he decides to use Heavenly Strike, as in most cases it will lock onto me, easily striking me down regardless of the distance. Just as before, a single parry from him means I'm dead with no time to get away, not that that's been working out anyway. The ability to pick myself up from the verge of death can buy me a little time, or no time at all, as I'm knocked right back down by Koga's superior speed. No charm or armor is getting me out of this alive, and after only 12 minutes that felt more like 30 in numerous downs, I decide to skedaddle, as this plan definitely isn't working. New plan then! Using explosives and long-range bow work, I can help Masako with her vengeance, which is excellent, as it rewards me with a charm that increases my melee damage. I can't improve my sword directly, but charms will hopefully make up the distance if I can get a hold of them. And while I can't block or dodge, I can always hide behind cover like a giant tree, and pepper my enemies with arrows before they can be a threat. That and generous use of my kunai to stun the enemy long enough for me to slay them safely. Knowing combat doesn't favor me, I stick to stealth when helping Ryuzo capture the lighthouse, killing every single Mongol without being noticed, which is an extra plus, since it irritates Ryuzo that I did it all without his or his men's help.
If I knew you'd kill them, I wouldn't have brought all these men.
Time to improve my own mood with some Mongol camp destruction, a hobby that's quite easy to do when I stay sneaky, but these Mongols are making it too easy. I feel like this commander has to be looking for a mosquito in the room, or something, because I don't know how else to justify his behavior. Honestly, I feel a little wrong with this kill, but at least he doesn't have to worry about the potential mosquito anymore. Improving my samurai armor to provide more resolve on taking damage, perhaps now I can learn Heavenly Strike and defeat Koga. I'll take that as a no. Perhaps I'll have better luck freeing Azamo Bay from Mongol control. Switching to my clan armor for better damage instead of durability is the smarter move, but it doesn't change that I keep going down, down, down for half an hour. You'd think since this is basically the same fight as the first warlord from earlier, except with a bit more health, it wouldn't be that much trouble, but you forgot to account for my poor restraint. I love to attack far sooner and more often than is wise, and I know it, and yet I still do it. Darn these ingrained poor habits. Well, bad habits, and not understanding where the invisible walls are in this open field, so I bonk my head into one and get cut down. Really not the most fun way to die. Not that there is really a fun way, I suppose. In the end, friends, with patience, restraint, and carefully avoiding the invisible walls, or just ensuring I have enough resolve to get back up, I can pull through and free Azamo Bay. I didn't want to help the sensei this run through, as we've spent more than enough time together in previous lives, but I'm willing to sacrifice my comfort for the promise of silk, a needed material if I'm going to improve my armor. You think I'm helping my people out of compassion? I've succumbed to capitalism centuries in advance, and everything I do, saving towns from invasion, stalking bandits from the shadows, or wiping out Mongol camps, is all in the name of compensation. Except, I may have the silk now, but I'm low on supplies. Easy workaround though. The one perk of not improving my blade is I don't need these metal materials, so I can sell them, going from 3 supplies to nearly 3,000 supplies. Then I head back to the armorer and very stupidly trade in to improve my samurai armor. One of the worst choices I could make, something I immediately realize as I stare at the lethal clan armor I should have made better. Well, if nothing else, I'm ready to get up to some monkey business and look good doing it. Returning for the 3rd time to Koga, I hope my armor's up to the task. It most assuredly is not. But that just means it's time to switch out a charm in order to let me regain 50% health upon picking myself up, instead of the usual 1%. Sure, he can still one-shot me if I leave my health there, but that's why I spend the rest of my resolve to nearly fully heal, allowing me to tank more of his hits. I get lucky when he misses me, and now I understand for a duelist with a sword, I can strike him a lot sooner between sprints than a shield unit, only hitting once each time to lower his block until I can shatter it and lay into him before restarting the cycle. If he blocks, I disengage immediately so he won't parry. If he tries to do an unblockable unsheath attack, I'm faster than he is and will get free hits. As long as I stay close and don't take too long between attacks, he's unlikely to do his Heavenly Strike, giving me the go-ahead to learn the move and unleash some much-deserved Heavenly Judgment upon this murderer's doomed soul. And if that's not enough, I follow that up with a hail of arrows upon his corpse as payback for all the trouble he gave me. Arrows well spent, I'd say. I now know Heavenly Strike, and while I will not spam it because that would ruin the point of the challenge, I know I can count on it as I move forward with dueling Ryuzo in order to save Jin's uncle. Of course, the trader has a lock-on dash strike of his own, much to my dismay, but still, My real weakness is being overly aggressive and making it easy to parry and counterattack me. Realizing if I didn't have this abomination of a sword, Ryuzo would have died within the first couple of tries, it's time to throw away the samurai armor and put on my family armor for the added damage. This will let me do a bit better, but of course Ryuzo loves to parry me even when he's mid-attack, and even though I do counter with Heavenly Strike, he still lands a second hit, which I would have healed from, except I just spent the resolve on that Heavenly Strike. Damn it! Turns out that striking more often between sprints only worked out for Koga, and Ryuzo is all over the place on whether or not he will parry me, meaning I need to take it a lot slower so he'll forget to parry me. But if I fail to do that and do get parried, Heavenly Strike can save the day, so I can get him before he gets me. My absolute best advantage is these sword duelists love to show off with their unsheathing strike, and that's so very easy to punish with Jin's speed. The regular Mongol troops spread across the land don't provide the threat any duel has, for obvious reasons, and by this point I can carve my way through them time and again without trouble. Stealth, poison, bow, rapid sword attacks, it does the job. This rapid series of successes makes me susceptible to over-aggression in my next duel against the warlord sacking Yarikawa, but really, we've done this dance enough to win. More of a marathon than a dance, admittedly, but still. My major flaw this run, other than my aggression as always, is constantly chasing armors that I realize only after gaining or upgrading them that I actually shouldn't have chased them at all. I went and freed all the farms across the land because I wanted the Gosaku armor, since it makes it much easier to break blocks. But as it doesn't actually improve my damage, I realized my mistake at that moment staring at the clan armor. With such limited resources, such as a lack of linen, I head out to wipe out a nearby large Mongol fort, not having much trouble because, like I said, regular troops can't do much against my variety of tools, even without any defense on my side. But of course, now with the needed linen in hand to max improve my clan armor, I realize that the final duel with my uncle forces me into the Ronin outfit. So of course now I have to change course again and focus all my resources on improving my Ronin fit instead. But armor isn't everything, and charms can make a big difference too, so better go help Lady Masako hunt down the rest of her family's killers. Partially out of the goodness of my heart, and mostly for the love of ferocity charms that improve my damage. None of them take me too long to do, except of course when I'm forced into a duel against the raging Masako herself as she tries to kill an innocent man in a misunderstanding. They say when you seek revenge, dig 2 graves, one for your target and one for yourself, of course, but I think in this case, make it 3 graves, for the poor guy that gets caught in the middle, which would unfortunately be me. The nice thing about this duel is how easy it can be to interrupt her mid-attack. The less nice thing is how easy that makes it to get caught up in trying to speed kill her, making me the one rushing to my death. It's really extra cruel to get her to the brink of defeat and accidentally panic roll away, forcing a reset followed by 11 more deaths, hammering home just how much that one instinctual mistake cost me. I'm fast, but not always faster, and Jin's not always interested in actually aiming at her. Masako doesn't have that problem. But in the end, Jin's greater speed is what counts most in this fight, shutting my angry friend down before she lands a hit, proving here a good offense is the best defense. Or maybe not best, but good enough. As for the Straw Hat leader, I have a fully improved Ronin outfit for a massive damage improvement, 2 charms of ferocity for better damage, and 2 charms of bludgeoning to break his block easier. Plus, while it's unreliable trying to interrupt him, it can be done. And with Heavenly Strike to save me from a parry, it only takes my first try to best my old envious friend. I then skip right past the cutscenes of the next part, because if I don't see it, it didn't happen. Right? I very easily take over the temple in the north and then go live the life of a mountaineer, climbing this freezing cold mountain all for a chance to duel on the peak with flaming swords. Very cool, I'd say. Or hot, I guess? Good thing I have so much resolve so I can keep picking myself back up and overcome first try, because I really only showed up here as duels are the only thing that threaten me anymore in this challenge. It's why I take out all the major Mongol camps of the north in pursuit of the leaders in charge of each area, so I can duel some more. With that done, I finished what I care to finish. Good luck to the rest of the island. It is time to beat the Khan. I'm very careful clearing his men out leading up to him, relying on assassinations and arrows, as there's an infinite arrow supply here, building my resolve up and holding onto my ghost weapons so I will have everything going for me in the final battle. The Khan himself I've fought so many times already with the old sprint away and ambush technique, so it only takes a little. Then for the ship full of his men, I have weapons galore for them all, making it a ghost ship in no time. Though I have to be super prepared for the archers, taking them out right away from cover because I won't last long with them in the game. As always, Uncle Dearest is a slave to his sense of honor and not his love of family, meaning it's duel time. And he's where everything unravels. I came prepared with the best charms in the Ronin outfit fully improved, but that means nothing with how easy Uncle covers the distance and puts me down. All I taste is dirt and blood as I fall over and over, knowing his moves, but that means nothing when I can't defend against them. You might be surprised because of how often I hit the ground, but this actually isn't my favorite view, so it's time to retreat and be smarter about this. Not much smarter, just smart enough, of course. Portal to an enemy area, wipe out everyone lickety-split to gain a full bar of resolve, and then back to the duel. That's all I need, so I can win on my first retry, as I pick myself back up from death, and now I'm able to interrupt should he manage to get a parry or dash strike in. I shall re-emphasize, the MVP of this challenge truly is how easy it is to interrupt that unsheathing strike for sure. I get they do it to Aura Farm, it really does look very cool, but it never works out in their favor. Huzzah! After 19 hours, 33 minutes with 207 deaths, I have beaten Ghost of Tsushima without blocking or dodging. Lots of great cardio instead for the win. Patience really never stops being the answer to every challenge, it seems. Maybe that says a lot about life. Thank you very much for watching, I really hope you enjoyed. Soon enough, Ghost of Yote is coming out in October. I can't wait, and so I'm gonna time travel ahead to experience the game now. I can't think of a better use of time travel after all. See you later, friends. Much sooner for me than for you, time travel and all.